Good morning and welcome to Rose Red Homestead, where today we're going to be doing another in our series of make and freeze meals. So these will be going in the freezer, and today we're going to make loaded beef burritos. Now, I can tell you that Jim loves burritos and I'm not very fond of them, but I'm very fond of Jim. And so I decided that I would try my hand at making burritos. I'm not very good at it. I'm not very practiced at it. Jim makes great burritos for himself, but he's light on the ingredients that go inside the burritos. When we go out to eat and he orders a burrito, he orders a loaded burrito. And so I'm going to attempt to make a loaded burrito, 8 of them, and then we're going to bake them, bring them out, put sauce over the top and cheese, and put them back in the oven for everything to get warm again. Then we are going to let them cool and package them in individual baggies and freeze them so that Jim can have a burrito anytime he wants to. So the recipe will once again be in our make and freeze recipe download that is on our webpage. Here's the URL. And then just click on recipes at the top of the page and scroll down to where it says make and freeze meals. And you will find as you open up that document, it contains all of the recipes that we've done so far for make and freeze, including today's recipe. Now, before we get started, I want to call your attention to Pam's Happy Birthday book sale, August 3rd through the 5th, 33% off everything in the bookstore. This is a big birthday for me. I will be turning 80 years old, which I can hardly believe because I don't feel 80. And the 33% off is, I think it's a high for us. I don't think we've ever had one that is 33% off. So help me celebrate my birthday. We have lots of really wonderful books that are very useful to all of us who are working hard on emergency preparedness, food security, and self-reliance. So we have 12 or 14 books plus some free downloads up there. And for those 3 days, starting at 12:01 on my birthday, which is the 3rd, and ending on the 5th at midnight. Now, the reason that we're going 3rd, 4th, and 5th of August is that my birthday is the 3rd. I was my grandfather's best birthday present. His birthday is the 4th. And then I got a birthday present on the 5th with having the birth of my oldest grandson. So it's me, my grandfather, and my grandson over the 3rd, 4th, and 5th of August for our great big birthday sale. So I hope you can take advantage of that. All right.
It starts midnight on the 3rd?
It starts at 12:01.
On the 3rd?
On the morning, early morning of the 3rd.
Okay.
And goes... And it is mountain time. Thank you for reminding me. Yes, it is mountain time. So make whatever adjustments you need to be sure you don't get caught in a time zone crunch. Okay, so I have 8. We're going to attempt to do 8. And these are 10-inch flour tortillas. So we're going to hopefully do 8 burritos. I have this pan out, which is one of my largest baking pans. I'm hoping that they will all fit in there. So because I'm going to be dividing everything I have prepared into 8 portions, I've done a little bit to help me get a 1/8 portion for each of these things. This is 1 can of refried beans. And you may be able to tell that I've taken it intact out of the can, cut it right down the middle, and then I have now, it is cut this way and this way, each half is. So I have 8 portions right here. For the meat mixture, and you'll be able to see in the recipe that this meat mixture is a pound of hamburger, 1 green bell pepper, and 1 medium onion. And to that, I have added a couple of tablespoons of taco seasoning. And then I've fried that up so it is done, and it's cut like a pizza into 8 pieces. And then this is the rice. This is 1 cup of long grain rice. And just before it got done, I put in a half a cup of salsa to sort of make it like Spanish rice. It also is cut like a pizza into 8 portions, which should, if all goes well, make it fairly easy for us to distribute the ingredients on these. And then I have some cheese right here and a little measuring cup that we'll be measuring that out with. So we're going to start with the beans. And I'm just going to take the beans and smear them kind of right in the middle here on each one. This can of refried beans had green chilies in it. Now that I have the foundation on each one, I am now going to put the rice, and this time what I'm going to do is just make a whole one up. So here's our rice, here's our meat,
Looks good.
I hope so, honey, I hope so. And about 1/4 cup of cheese. And honey, don't worry, there'll be more cheese on the outside too, so there's some on the inside and some on the
That's very
outside.
considerate.
Okay, then I'm just gonna flop this end over, the two sides folded in. And then roll it like this and put it right here. I guess I better put it that way, and I don't think we're gonna have enough, but we'll see. Okay, so I'm now going to finish doing all the rest of these by adding the rice, the meat, and the cheese, and we will come back when these are all made and rolled and in the pan. Well, here we are. We have 8, and they're kind of leaning up against each other. And as Jim and I were looking at them, Jim said, how are you going to separate them to put in individual packaging? And out of the concern that they might stick together and maybe even get a little bit soft and blend into each other, we decided to try to put a little strip of parchment paper between each one. And because we're going to be not serving this as a family meal, but rather taking them out individually and freezing them individually, I hope that this will work. So we're going to put them in the oven and bake them for about 25 minutes, let everything get nice and hot on the inside. Then we'll bring you back and come back and put some red enchilada sauce and some cheese over the top, put them back in and let them melt, and then bring them out to cool, and then we will package them individually. So that's what's ahead of us yet. So here they go into the oven. Well, just out of the oven, they've hardened up a little bit, and they're very loose from each other, so that's good. But I am glad that we put the parchment paper down. So I'm just going to take this red enchilada sauce. This is a new brand Jim picked up. It is Hatch, and I love Hatch green chilies, so he decided to try Hatch red enchilada sauce, and I just took a taste. It's really, really good. So I think I'm going to get a spoon. So actually, I'm just going to use this 1/4 cup measure. So I'm just going to drizzle this enchilada sauce over the top of it's sizzling, as you might be able to hear. And now, for Jim's favorite part, more cheese. How's this looking, Jim?
Looking good. Looks very nice.
Do you see a spot where you want more cheese?
Yeah, up in front.
Right here?
Yeah,
How's that?
looks good.
Okay,
I guess we used all of it.
we did. A total of 3 cups of cheese for this, so you should be
Wow.
happy, yes. All right, now we're going to put these back in the oven for about 10 minutes so that the cheese can be all melty, and then we'll be back. Well, they're just out of the oven, and do they look ever fantastic? Just absolutely wonderful. And Jim was looking at the parchment paper and noted, well, we're certainly going to have to scrape the cheese off the parchment paper. So yes, honey, of course we will. I think these are not going to fit in plastic bags. Rather, I think I'm going to freeze them in the little foil pans that I have for our car oven. In any case, we're just going to let these cool for probably an hour or two until I can better handle them, and then we will get them into those little pans. Now, Jim, you need to do a taste test at some point. Do you want to do that now with one of these?
No, let's wait for a while.
Okay, so you're going to wait and let it cool for a while, and
Yeah,
then we'll come
yeah.
back?
We gotta be able to have the glass cool too.
Yes, for sure. Okay, so we will be back soon. Well, here we are. It's cooled down enough that I can handle it just fine, and we're debating about whether or not I should put them in these little foil pans. They're a little bit small, but I could probably scrunch them up and get them in there, or a plastic bag. So we're going to try a plastic bag first. That was Jim's thought. He's usually right about things. So I'm just going to take the parchment.
Oh, that came out really easily.
Yeah, it did. I wanted to be sure I'm not cutting into it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, very nicely.
Woohoo!
Wow.
So I think plastic bag, don't you, Jim?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
We got some of the sauce and some of the cheese, so I think we're good. Okay.
Looks good to me.
All right, so I rinse my hand. See if we can do better with this one.
That seems to work better.
Oh, yeah.
Nicely done.
Can you just hardly wait, Jim?
Yeah, I'm really getting there. Pavlov was right.
Mouth-watering, is it?
It definitely is.
I'm going to try to scoop up some of this sauce with this one.
That parchment paper worked really, really well.
I'm very pleased that we put that parchment paper in. I think that saved the day, really.
Yeah, otherwise it would have been terrible.
Going over on the plate for Jim to have for lunch.
What are you going to have for lunch?
I'll think of something. I might have a bite. All right, I'm anxious to see what you think.
Oh, I'm anxious to see what I think too. I probably need a knife. So, which end do you want me to cut from?
It doesn't matter to me.
The rice is there. And the sauce is there. Needs a little more bite to it.
Okay, did you get some of the meat?
I guess I didn't get some of the meat. I'll have some more. I wouldn't want to eat all of it.
So the cross section looks pretty good. See if we can get that up there to be seen. So there's a good close-up of the cross section.
So, have a bite.
I will have just a little bite. You know I'm not a fan.
I thought you were a fan.
Of you?
Oh, just me.
I think it's pretty good. I do agree, next time I will beef up the seasonings
Yeah.
just a little bit more. But you can also put salsa on the top and give you
And it's what I was thinking.
your heat that you like.
Yeah,
But the filling is quite good.
it is.
I got a
Very
bite with the green chili
Yeah.
in it, and it was perfect.
Fantastic.
So are you happy with
Yeah,
these?
obviously, yes.
Is this a
Very
recipe
much
that we'll do
Of course.
more than once?
Yeah, at least.
Okay. All right, so I have our tray right here. I'm going to let them cool completely. They still have a little bit of warmth to them. And then I will be putting these out in the freezer to freeze on the tray, and then we'll put them in one of our freezer bins marked meals. And you'll have 7 more to go.
We will have 7 to go.
I know, but I'm probably not going to eat very many of these.
Oh, okay.
Maybe a bite every time you. All right, so thank you for being with us. I think this is a success for a make and freeze meal, especially for somebody that you just really love. So thank you for being with us, and we will see you again very soon for more videos.
And I love you too. I'm crazy about you.
So I'll take one more bite.